Welcome everyone to the New Voice Live. I have no idea what episode this is, but I was just talking about the fact that we're in the height of winter for us. Well, you may, for folks around the world, have beautiful weather, but for here in New York, we're in the midst of winter. It's the middle of a global pandemic. So if there ever a time to be sad with seasonal affectation disorder, this is it. And so for those of you who are here with us, hopefully you're not going through too bad a time, but it's a difficult time right now. And I think for us at New Voice Live, we've been trying to figure out where is this going? What are we doing? Why are we here? Right? Those big existential questions we all ask ourselves in the middle of a global pandemic. We've come up with some answers. We are planning on changing up what we're doing here to focus more on what we are all here for, which is ultimately looking good on camera. And so with that, what we're planning on doing is to rearrange our show around the table topics that we do, but also more importantly, the videos that we're recording as well. So in the past, what we've done is said, you should go check out the YouTube channel. You should have the courage to go watch yourself on video. It was only a suggestion though, because we know how terrifying it is to go watch ourselves on video. Trust me, I know when I have to go back and watch my videos, it's agonizing. Because as Cailley said, this is about pointing out all the imperfections. And so when I go back and I watch, the cringe factor is off the charts because all I can see is the imperfections. But that's what I think the real power is here for us, is that this video allows us to see things that normally we wouldn't see. And we always talk about the number one fear being the fear of public speaking. And we've kind of danced around the idea that says, look, we're trying to confront that fear here. But we believe the truest way to do that is to watch ourselves on video. And so what's going to happen going forward is that we're going to make much more of an emphasis on the videos. We're going to, in masterclass tonight after the show, go through Asanti's speech last week and watch her video. And we'll watch Asanti have to watch her video with us. And we'll give her feedback on that video. So those are the types of things that we want to take advantage of, is the power of the camera. But it ain't easy, right? The whole idea of watch yourself on video is terrifying. We've taken it to another step. We said, get up on stage and conquer that fear. We're taking that fear factor to a whole nother level now by saying, okay, now let's watch a video. But I think that's also going to be the power. That's what I think we believe is the reason why we're here, is if we can find folks who are ready to confront that terror of watching yourself on video and getting feedback on it, that's as powerful as you can get. That's where the most growth is going to happen. And so we're going to do that with masterclass and the speeches, but we're also planning on, for those of you who do table topics, to send out the timestamps on our YouTube channel with the expectation that you'll watch your video. So that's the new direction for us. We're going to try to take advantage of the camera and this video and how we look. And I think one of the things that brought it home to me most of all was this understanding that the world has changed with pandemic. If you're between jobs or going to a new job, I guarantee you, your interview is going to at least start on camera. Before pandemic, probably not. But because the world is now accustomed to being on camera, if I'm a business person, which I am, I now realize before I hire anyone, I want to see them on camera. Right? Why would I spend all that money and time to bring somebody in person when I can make my first decision on camera? So if we're at all looking to get a job or market anything now, it's on camera. And so it is even more important that we look good on camera, sound good on camera. And the only way we can know that is by going to our video. And so that's our direction. We are turning New Voice Live into a place where we're going to highlight our YouTube channel and expect everyone to go watch the video. And then hopefully, as I said with the speakers, get into some details in depth about what we like about what's on camera. And we'll do that with the Sante tonight. So hopefully you'll be able to stick around for that. But that's our new direction. I just want to make clear to everyone that's the way we're headed so that everyone understands we're expecting you to watch yourself on video. It is not easy. I myself, like I said, you watch yourself and there's just the cringe factor. You're like, oh my God. But it is so powerful. Truly, truly powerful. So anyone that has any comments or questions, we'd love to hear about them and how we're about to embark on this new journey of ours. Toastmasters itself, in-person meetings will always be who we are. It's where we came from. But we've created this technology now where we can take Toastmasters to another level, I believe. You know, the videos that we have out there for you to watch can be truly transformative. So looking forward to you all joining us in that journey and adventure. And the other part too. This now clarifies who our audience is as well. This all makes it very clear the type of person that we want to be part of this journey. And that's a person who has the courage and the inspiration and the desire to say, no, I want to watch myself on camera. That's a rare person. But those folks are out there. You guys are that group. You're here every week doing this, live streaming, YouTube to around the world. We got to go find more of us. So welcome to the New Voice Live version 2.0. It's all about the video and looking good on camera. As I said, our expectations now are that you will go watch yourself on video. So stay tuned for those details, the links and all that stuff, and stick around for a masterclass and we'll go through Asante's video. All right, with that said, let's get ourselves into the regular portion of our show, and that's going to be our speaker for the evening. We've got, hopefully we got Devika on, I think we've got Devika, right? Am I missing her on the camera?
I don't think we have Devika. She might be joining a little late. So
okay, so
table topics first.
All right, so Devika unfortunately is not able to be here. So let's get ourselves into table topics then. And that's going to be with Bharat. Let's see if we can get Bharat on screen for us. And by the way, the other thing too, I should know, for those of you who are interested in helping us on the back end, the other part that we've got going on, because we can focus on the video and the camera, is we've got this stage, and that means we've got a whole production side to it as well. Anybody that's interested in being part of that, let us know. We're looking for that kind of help as well. But with that said, Cailley's the one that's running the scenes, running the show behind the scenes, so it's a huge step for us as well that I no longer have to control the buttons and all that stuff, and Cailley can do that, which ultimately means what I would really like to see is somebody else or other folks take on the live stream role. So I'm here every Friday, but my preference would be in the audience with you all to be able to do speeches and table topics, etc. So FYI. All right, so with that said, let's get ourselves into table topics. Bharat, welcome to the show. And tell the audience where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, thanks, Henry. Welcome, everybody, members and the guest for the meeting. And I'm calling from India. Short story, Toastmasters has helped me a lot in gaining confidence and also giving an opportunity to speak. As an introvert, I don't like to speak a lot, but I had faced a lot of problems due to that in my personal life and professional life. But right now, I can say in last 1 year, I have like given the same speech 20 times across the globe. So that has helped me a lot. And I take all the opportunity to speak whenever I get it. So with this, I directly go into the session. Table topics is all about just raising your hand and speaking, which helps all of us to gain confidence and also practice, right? We have already understood the importance from Cailley and Henry about why we need to be on video and why we should speak. So I'll not go into it directly. From the table topics perspective, you would be getting a topic and you need to speak minimum for a minute. And uh, after a minute, you would be shown a green card. A minute and a half, you would be shown a orange card, that's amber. And at the 2 minutes time, you would be shown a red card. So that's the time you need to prepare to complete your speech. And the way you can speak is you can have an opening, you can have a body, and you can also have the conclusion. So we would have the first speaker who is an experienced speaker, and that would be Alex. So he would show you like how to have that opening, body, and conclusion. And then you can try using the same model and speak, and just speak up like whatever you have in mind. If you are outside the topic as well, that's fine. But I would suggest you should still continue for minimum a minute, but if possible, 2 minutes. With this, I would start with the first topic, and our first speaker is Alex. So, can we bring him on the spot? Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you, Bharat?
Good, good.
Good morning to
So,
you.
yeah, good. Yeah, thanks, and good evening to you. So, with this, I would like you to choose one of the numbers. So, you have a option from 1 to 12. So, what number you would like to choose?
I'll take 11.
Wow. Okay. So here you go. It's a tough one, but I think you can do it. So,
Hmm.
if you are allowed to stay only in these three countries, China, Japan, or India, which one would you choose and why? If you are allowed to stay only in these three countries, China, Japan, India, which one you would choose and why?
Wow. Well, that is truly an excellent question, Mr. Topics Master. There are three disparate countries to be sure. And while I love the idea of China and even the idea of Japan, I think I'd choose India. The reason why I would choose India is because it is vast. It's hugely immense. Also, there are so many different kinds of cuisine and so many different kinds of peoples that I would love to learn more about. I've visited a number of Indian Toastmasters clubs, and the Indian Toastmasters I find very courteous, very accomplished, very adept. So I would be purposeful and I would go to India. Where would I start? I might start up in the north and sort of make my way around in a sense. I don't know exactly how I would be able to get around these days during the COVID times, but I think I would be able to plan something. Who knows if I have all of my tests and my vaccines and everything, perhaps it would be less difficult than if I were just gallivanting over there right now. I don't think I would want to do that. And I'm sure my Prime Minister Justin Trudeau wouldn't want me to do that too. He'd say, oh, no, no, you know how Justin is. So, I would perhaps see my friend Bharat. Of course, I'd be very careful. I'd wear my masks, double mask, because it is COVID time after all, and I don't want my friend Bharat to get sick, and I don't want to get sick either. Now, I've lost where the timer is, so okay, I do see it right over there, and I see that my time is ticking away. Therefore, to conclude, Mr. Topics Master, Firstly, it's an excellent question. I really enjoyed it, and I want to thank you so much for it. And India would be my place of choice. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex, for attempting this difficult question. And you answered it quite well. And just to inform you, like, uh, COVID has almost gone from India, so people have started going out, having dinners in restaurant. So yeah, life is almost back. With this, we are all set to move to the next one, and I can see it's a reserved member. So who would it be? Cailley. Yeah, I'm not
We can go on to
aware.
Alan. Yeah.
Okay,
Alan's next
okay,
up.
fine. Yeah. Okay, great. So we'll go to Alan. Alan, are you all ready?
Good morning, Bharat. Yes, I'm ready.
Morning, Alan. Okay, here you go. Your number from 1 to, so 11 is gone. Yeah, 1 to 12. So 11 is gone. You would like to choose quickly a number?
So I'll choose 4.
Okay, here you go. With whom would you like to go to Safari World in Bangkok? With whom you would like to go to Safari World Bangkok? Alan.
All right. Thank you, Bharat, Mr. College Master. Hello to fellow members and guests. Who would I, or with whom, would I like to go on a safari with? And the way that I'm going to answer this question is to give a little bit of history into my past year. I got married back in August to my wife, Kristen, and we, because of COVID, were unable to go on a honeymoon. And so we've been waiting, obviously, very patiently for COVID to take its course. And so the person that I would want to go on a safari with would be her. And we've been to Italy, we've been to Spain, we've been to Portugal, but we have not been to the African continent. And it's something that she has brought up in the past as something that could be an exciting place to go. And obviously, we have many years to do that. However, we have a little one on the way, expected in April. So I don't see a safari in our near-term future, but very quickly, I actually can't see the time that's remaining, but I'll just list a few reasons why I'd want to go with her. She's been incredibly supportive throughout my entire career in the 5 years that I've known her. And waking up every morning with her is great. And she's always very supportive and very loving. And I'd be very excited to go on a safari with her whenever we have the chance to. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Bharat.
Thanks, Alan. And a fantastic attempt. I like your style to convert this into a story. And yeah, we really enjoyed your story. Great attempt.
Thank you very
For
much.
this, we have the third one, and that's Rajiv. Rajiv, are you all set?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, 1 minute. I shared the wrong. Okay. Yeah, in the meantime, can you choose the number from 1 to 12? And we have like 11 and 4 gone. So any other
Okay, so
number
I'm going to
that you-
go with number 1.
Oh, you like being number 1. I know that.
Of
So
course.
with that, yeah, this is your question. So you are on the top of Europe and Switzerland. Okay, so imagine you have stayed at this place for 1 year. Share your 1 year experience with us. Imagine you have stayed at this place for 1 year. Share your 1 year experience with us at this place in Switzerland.
Yeah, before I begin, can you first say that name?
Yeah, it's Chung Fro Jo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Interesting
difficult
name.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I have to say, It's been amazing living on top of this mountain in Switzerland. It's beautiful. The skies are blue. The sun is shining most of the time when it's not snowing. It's crisp, clear air that fills your lungs when you take deep breaths. And it's so good. Since living there, I've lost 25 pounds. I was able to do that very quickly actually because there's a extreme food shortage. As you might imagine, there aren't too many malls or Taco Bell or anything like that over there, which means it's like one of those man versus nature or one of those kind of shows. Uh, and it has been rather difficult, but exciting nonetheless. I've become really acquainted with the flora and fauna, especially the wild goats that I've become very friendly with. Two come to mind, in particular, Gray, who is gray in color. He's got gray eyes as well. I noticed that. She kind of came close and I petted her, and we become pretty good friends. And the other one is black because her coat is black and she's got a black tail. Her horns are black as well. Uh, and she's not that friendly. So but still, she does make her presence felt, and I do see her rummaging around the nearby lawns looking for food, something to eat, something to chew. Gray, on the other hand, is a lot nicer. She sometimes likes to cuddle up near me in the night, which I do welcome. It does get very cold there, minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So on those cold nights, what better to cuddle up with than a live, warm uh, goat who is soft? And these goats aren't like the goats you see in Asia or America. They're like very big, they're furry, they're woolly. They're like a live plush toy that you actually want to be with. And it's really soft and she smells amazing and she's awesome. So she's made my life beautiful. And I highly recommend everyone to come and check it out and be in the peak of health like me, and you're going to be smiling like me as well, year to year. And I hope this message has resonated with someone and inspired you to go out there and hug someone right this minute. So get up, get off the Zoom, and go and hug someone right now.
Great, great answer and great story. So, and congrats for losing 25 pounds. So, with this, with this, we'll move to Amy. Amy, are you ready?
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
it's Amy. Just spelled a little
Okay,
differently.
Amy.
Thank
Sorry.
you
Yeah,
so much.
Amy. Yeah.
Thanks.
Would you like to choose your number?
Sure, I will go with number 9.
Okay. Good. Yeah, this is a tough one. So you are asked to stay for a month in Wat Arun is one of the oldest monastery in Thailand. So
Mm,
if you're asked to stay here for a month, what you would be doing here?
mm, wow. I'm so happy to go to Wataroon. Um, I think what I would be doing to be there is, and I would actually be bringing my mother with me. My Uncle Bob, my mother's younger brother, after he retired, moved to Thailand and lived there with some very close friends, actually with his ex-husband, but with whom he had stayed very good friends, who was from Thailand, and his new husband. And the three of them were good friends. And about a year later, my uncle came home to visit and very soon died of cancer. Our whole family had planned to go to Thailand to visit my Uncle Bob. And he loved it so much there and spent a lot of time visiting the different Buddhist temples. So I would go there, and my mother and I would go together, and we would spend time there, part of it in silent retreat, thinking about the really deep meaning of all of our relationships with those people who are so important to us, and how important it is to really value every minute that you have with your loved ones and not take any more time for granted that you will have with them, but to appreciate them while they're here and to tell them that you love them. And we would also spend some time away from the Wat, Arun, and getting to know the people and the culture and to be in the community that my uncle fell so much in love with when he and Propat used to go visit family all the time. And we would also get to visit Propat's family and really immerse ourselves both in quiet meditation when we were at the temple, as well as getting to know the people and the culture that my uncle fell so much in love with and to feel in connection with Uncle Bob.
You are a storyteller. Great story. You had a great opening and body as well, and then you concluded with the message. Perfect. With
Yeah.
this, we are all set for praise. And in the meantime, can you also let me know your number, which you would like to choose?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. Which number would you like to choose? 12,
Let's see.
4, sorry, yeah, 11, 4, 1, and 9 have gone. So yeah, you
I
can
think I'm
choose
gonna
any
go
other
with
number.
3, but before I even start, Bharat, this is incredible. It sounds like you put a lot of effort into these questions, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for that. Okay, you are, you said 3, right? Sorry,
That's
I
correct.
missed. Okay. This is not a difficult one. You have been
Great.
given $1 million for spending in Las Vegas. How would you spend it? You have been given $1 million for spending in Las Vegas. How would you spend it? Share it with us. Share with us, Trey.
$1 million given to spend in Las Vegas. All right. So the first thing I'm thinking is obviously I would have to put some spinning rims on a gold jet ski if I had just that much money to just throw away. But beyond that, I think I would probably have to spend a lot of it traveling outside of Vegas. But considering that I am in Vegas, I will use some of it to gamble. I'm not really a gambling kind of guy myself. As far as money management goes, I would rather put it into maybe some stocks or savings or something that'll make me more money or be beneficial down the line. However, if I just came across $1 million to just go crazy with in Vegas, I figure why not lean into it then? Spend a little bit of it gambling, enjoy some of those lavish hotels and the sights, and maybe just go ahead, just throw some money around. Why not just live it up big? But if I could keep some of it, then I would probably use that money to see the rest of America that I haven't seen just quite yet. I know that Vegas gets a reputation for how much fun and adventure you could possibly have in the States, but I would really enjoy being able to maybe even buy an RV and drive around the country, maybe see the Grand Canyon, go and see Niagara Falls, see some of these great parks and other things that this country has to offer if I had the opportunity to spend it outside of Vegas. Thanks for that, Bharat.
A great reply, Trey, and like the way you twisted the topic. So good. But the next one is Anthony. Anthony, are you all ready?
I'm gonna try with all these professionals
Sure.
here. Wow,
Your
my
number.
first time in. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, so 11, 4, 1, 9, 3 have gone. So would you like to choose any other number? 5,
So
6, 7, 2.
and that's it. Those are my choices.
Sorry?
Are those my choices? That's it.
Yeah, you have like 2, 4, 2, 5, 6 till, yeah, 6 till 8. And then also 10 and 12.
Let's do 8.
Okay, here you go. I think you can see my screen. This is
I'm using an
easy
iPhone,
one.
so
Okay,
okay.
can you? Okay, you can't see. Okay, anyways, so I'll just tell you the question. Dream city country which you would like to visit. Anthony, your dream city country which you would like to visit, please share with us.
City country. Wow. That's a. Let's go with Madrid. Is it one or few? Just one, right?
Yeah, just one.
Okay. Madrid. I just wanted to see the history and see what it brings out, uh, and the beautiful weather and the people itself.
Go ahead. You still have time.
Oh,
Go ahead.
wow. That's really this is all new to me. So,
Okay,
um,
okay, go ahead.
well, yeah, I just wanna just I love traveling. I've been traveling for the last few years now. Uh, just want to add that to my bucket list. I've been to Scotland, I've been to Greece, I've been to Rome, and from all the experiences, just how everyone, it's how they're living, and it's just a privilege to actually see how the different cultures of the ethnicity of all. So
Okay, great attempt.
thank you.
Okay, the next one is Scene. I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yeah,
Hey, I'm here.
yeah. Hi. Okay, number which you would like to choose.
Hmm. Okay. Let's go with 12 because today's the
Yeah.
Thank you.
12th.
Oh wow, what a correlation. Okay, great. So here you go. I hope you can see my screen. You can, right?
Oh,
I don't see it.
Okay, let me just give me just a second.
shit.
Okay, thought I was
Okay,
sharing.
there it is.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
very
Mars on
easy
Earth.
question. So
Awesome.
you have an option to stay in Mars or Earth. Which option you would go with? You have an option to stay in Mars or Earth. Which option you would go with? Scene, take it away.
Sure. Sean Drapal speaking. So this is a question that I've actually thought about before because I listen to physics podcast for fun, and I read a lot of science fiction. So I have thought about life on Mars before. Now, I think that we'll get our first chance to visit the red planet in 2026. So that's only 5 short years away from happening. But at this point in time, I think it'll be a one-way ticket. And I still very much enjoy living here on Earth. So I think I will stay on Earth for the time being, but it is a, but it is a real pleasure to read about all of the possibilities out in outer space. And I'm looking forward to the day when the first astronauts on Earth do land there. And that'll be a tremendous day for all of us here on Earth. Thank you.
Thanks. Great attempt and great response, giving us more insight on Mars. Okay, moving to the next speaker. So we have Hagar. Hagar, you are ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see my screen? No?
No.
Okay, let me. Okay, I think I have to again share it. Okay. In the meantime, can you choose your number? Don't have many options. You have like 2, 4, 5, and I think yeah, 6 as well.
I'll
So
go with
yeah,
5.
sorry,
5.
5. Okay. Okay. So here you go. You can see my screen, and this is your question. Between Bhutan and Venice, where would you go? Between Bhutan and Venice, where would you go and why?
Okay. Do
Over
I
to you.
start? So I think for many your character, your personality, and to become a well-rounded person. And for me, as an architecture student, I would like to travel and to develop my skills and learn about different cultures and people and the places and the architecture in each different country. To establish a well-rounded information about the places and the things that they actually do in these kind of cultures. So I think I would go with Venice because I really like the culture there and the buildings and how they look. And for me, travel personally means adventure, and I really like going out. In the past, I used to be an introvert and I used to be very quiet. I didn't like to speak a lot. I didn't like to uh, meet new people. However, when I started traveling, I feel like my personality changed and it developed. All the challenges and opportunities that I've met and that I've encountered during the travel had made me like into a well-rounded individual, which is really important actually as a student. Also to enhance my creativity in my studies and help me create new ideas. So I think I'll go with Venice because I've heard a lot about the culture and read a lot about it.
Great attempt and a great story. Again, I like your message and how you mentioned about how travel was able to find your purpose in life. So great. The
Thank you.
last one is Marwa. So are you ready, Marwa? And you have numbers remaining is 2, 6, 7, 11. 2, 6, 7, 11. Yeah. So which number would you like to choose? I can't hear you.
Number 2.
Okay. Yeah. So here you go. 3 wonders out of the 7 wonders. You have been chosen to visit these places and make one change there. What would be the sequence in which you would visit and make the change? So what would be the sequence in which you would visit these places and make the change? So this is the Egypt, this is the Statue of Liberty, and this is Great Wall of China. Over to you, Marwa. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will start with my country. I would make, pyramids. I have heard that many tourists, when they visit the pyramids, they suffer from the lack of facilities, especially clean bathrooms and food courts, and also to ride like bikes or something that is really good to the environment. So I will start with doing more good things beside the pyramids in order to make people love the place and do good activities. This also will increase the the you know the the currency, the Egyptian currency, and will help to improve the economy of the country. Also, this will make the pyramids also like Dubai. They make it attractive to all the people all over the world and around the world, and see it is a better place than now. Mm, that's what I see.
I can see a leader in you and how you're passionate to change your country and the world. So great attempt, a very inspiring story. Okay, do we have time or are
We have two more people and we can do them. Yeah, for sure, Bharat.
we? Okay, sure. Okay, who is next? Let me just check. Rob, are you ready?
Yeah,
So
I'm
we
here.
have
Hey, Bharat.
a we have 7 and 11.
I'm
So
gonna roll the dice and let you pick for me.
okay, I'll choose 7 for you.
All right.
And let's see. Oh, this is again 7 wonders.
Oh.
So any 7 wonders I hope you can see my screen, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Any 7 wonders you have visited? If not, which one would you like to visit? Any 7 wonders you have visited? If not, which one would you like to visit, Rob?
Oh, so I have visited some of the seven wonders. But there's the one from the last Indiana Jones movie that I feel like would be so good to go there and try to get that Holy Grail. So I don't know if you guys have seen that Indiana Jones, but it's a classic. Sean Connery, Harrison Ford, up to, their usual adventures. And that would be me, horseback, fighting Nazis, getting into the Holy Grail area. And, you remember that part, Indy had to like roll and duck through like the whips and the arrows are coming through. And then he had to like say the word of God in the other language that he first started to say, Jesus, I believe, and then the cracks started falling. So yeah, I think I would definitely go there, and who knows, maybe I'd get that Holy Grail and be able to live forever. Thank you.
Again, great story, and I think you love movies. So yeah, great attempt. With this, we'll move to the last one, and the luckiest one is Tiana. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah, here you go. So you only have 11 numbers, so we can directly go to. There's some. Okay, let me just 1 minute. I think I'm not able to share it. Just give me a minute. Okay. So you have you have 6, only one remaining, and let me just come share it. You can see it, my screen. Okay.
Okay, so you'll have to help me with this one because I don't know anything about India.
Okay, let's flip this. Your favorite country, if it's United States, yeah. So whatever country you like,
okay.
So you can just mention which state you want to visit and for how many days.
So I, for some reason, have been dreaming about Hawaii. I follow a lot of people on Instagram who are surfers in Hawaii. And in my head, I am a surfer. I am an adventurer. I am a super spy. Um, these things are not reality, but in my head, I am a surfer and a spy and an adventurer. So ultimately, when this pandemic is over, I'm hoping that I'll be able to go to Hawaii and stay there for a little while, maybe a while, and get some people to teach me how to surf. Um, I've actually started to look into like surfing workouts, which is like surfing in your living room. Because surfing is super hard and it requires muscles that you don't use on a regular basis. So I'm definitely looking forward to becoming an adventurer and a surfer someday in Hawaii. Um, so you should wish me luck.
Wow. Great attempt, and yeah, surfing is a great sport, and hope you soon can go to Hawaii. With this, I would close this session, and I really had a very good time uh, hosting this session, and thanks the New Voice Club to give me this opportunity. And with this, I would like to hand it over back to the MC. Over to you.
Rob, great job. And you added definitely a foreign travel flair to our table topics. It was really cool to see you coming from India and table topics from Cairo. This is kind of the technology that we have at hand. We can be around the world. So it's great to have you as table topic masters. Thank you for that. All right, with that said, let's get our vote for favorite table topic underway. Sean, would you put in the chat the link there for everyone to vote for your favorite table topic, as well as give Bharat some feedback on his role as table topic master? I also want to say one thing as well. For those of you who are having some technical difficulties and maybe not seeing the screen clearly, I know that at times it's coming and going. I will say this, if you go check out our YouTube page and the videos there, which we're not asking you to do, it looks 100% better. The visuals and the text are all in 1080p, which means it's crystal clear. So the one thing that will make it easier to watch yourself is the fact that you look fabulous in 1080p. So go check out the YouTube channel as well. All right, let's move into our end of meeting roles. We've got our grammarian report, and that's going to be Alex, who's going to give us our and counter. And it looks like, Alex, we may have had some glitches in the sheet, so I don't know if you were able to count that.
Oh, I was counting them in my own little text box. I wasn't able to put it in there, but I can fill it in after. Besides, I'm not really a big and counter. We had plenty of them, far too many, but that's okay. What I was taking track of was some of the great expressions, and I think that that's really cool. Like, for instance, yours, Henry. I have a great one that you said. And let me see it. Henry, you said, where's Henry? The cringe factor is off the charts. Wow, I want to use that. The cringe factor is off the charts. That's splendid, Henry. Let's see some of the other ones that we have here. Alan is waiting for COVID to take its course. Yeah, that's good. And Cailley, we're trying to embrace imperfection. Hagar mentioned I would love to travel and develop my skills. And I like Rajiv. Rajiv had a whole pile, but this one I particularly like. I've become acquainted with flora and fauna. In fact, he became very acquainted with the goats. I was actually starting to blush a little bit there because, I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad that you had fun, Rajiv. Rob would maybe get that holy grail. Sean, at this point in time, it will be a one-way ticket. Tiana, in my head, I'm an adventurer. I noticed that, Trey, you were completely clear. I didn't hear a single a single.
He's always clear.
Yeah, well, he's clearly Trey. Not very many people use the word of the day. I know I did, but I didn't notice anybody else using it. Maybe maybe you can tell me if you did, but anyhow, that's my
I
report.
actually kind of forgot what the word of the day was.
You see, purpose.
Purpose.
There you are. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Alex. And I like your take on the grammarian role there. And you're right, Alex. Look, this is part of the video cringe factor. Is when you see the things that you do that you go, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. That's the grammarian and timer report, particularly the grammarian report, where it's counting our ahs and ums that we don't hear ourselves say. And when we watch ourselves on video and we hear those ahs and ums, it's mortifying. But that's why we're doing it. And another thing before I get into the timer, so this is one of the things that we're going to change going forward as well. We won't have the roles per se. We're going to rely on the video. So Alex, no problem in not doing the grammarian as needed because that may not be around for very much longer. All right, let's get to the timer. Our timer report. I think that's Cailley. Is that you?
Is me, yes. Give me 1 second. Just get it on screen here. But I feel like my timer reports are going to be a lot more cracking the whip than Alex's. Alex had such a pleasant, positive grammarian report there, telling us some of the nice things we said. Thanks for that, Alex. I'm going to tell you the real deal, though. I'm going to tell you your actual timer reports. So this is also just for your edification. We try and keep our table topics from 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. We let you go over a little bit because of the bells and whistles we have here. But the purpose of this is just to be aware of how much you're speaking. So you don't go too far over, too far under. But again, this is all just for your edification. And I really enjoyed these table topics. They were very fun. Bharat, you did a great job on a creative table topic. Took me out of quarantine life for a little bit, so that was nice imagining all these trips. First up was Alex. Alex, you're at 1:55. Alex always goes first. He always jumps right in. I love that. Alan, so great to have you back, Alan. You were at 1:45. Rajiv, Rajiv's story was captivating. I was like, where is this going? I loved it. 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Amy, thank you for sharing your story. You were at 2 minutes. Trey, also thank you for sharing. You were at 2 minutes as well. Anthony, thanks for jumping in. Sorry that I goofed up your graphics a little bit there, but we're also getting used to the back end of the technology here. You did a great job for your first time table topics. You were at 1 minute. Sean, I'll see you in Mars, friend. You were at 1:50. Hagar, also wonderful to see a first-time guest jump right in. I feel the same way about traveling. I think it opens up all kinds of connections and abilities that we didn't have before. Thank you for sharing. Marwa, also thank you for sharing a bit about your home country. Thanks for being here. You were at 1:30. Sorry, I forgot to read that out. Rob, you were at 1:30 as well. Indiana Jones. Indiana Rob. Tiana, you're at 1:25. Oh, I found some good surfing gifts for you. Hopefully you saw those in the live stream. That's awesome. So thanks everyone for sharing. That is the timers report of the evening.
Thanks for that, Cailley. And that's going to wrap up another episode for us, another Friday. I think, however, before we go, did we have another guest that came in late? I want to make sure we get everybody that comes in as a guest that they get some screen time.
We have Samuel that we didn't get to say hello to, maybe?
Yeah, so Samuel, if you're there, you can turn your camera on and say hello. He may not be there. He may have checked out.
We also have Sasha here. I see Sasha.
Yes, I noticed Sasha.
Maybe we can say hello to Sasha.
Sasha, are you there by chance?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much for just such a great episode. I really enjoyed it. I sorry I came late.
No problem, Sasha. We're glad to have you here. Where are you calling from?
Well, originally from Russia, but I'm now in New York.
You're in New York. Okay, we're in New York.
Yes. So.
What borough are you in? Manhattan? Are you in one of the boroughs?
Manhattan.
Manhattan. Okay, welcome. Well, how'd you hear about us? How'd you find us?
I saw it on a list of student organizations of the new school, and I just thought it would be a great opportunity to practice some language skills, especially in speaking. So I chose it, but it took me a while to join it. Sorry.
No problem, and you're welcome. We're welcome to have you here. And yeah, that's kind of the point of us is that we have a wide variety of folks that come to our meetings. People from India, people from Cairo, English as their first language, English as not their first language. So we welcome everybody. And the point of it is that we are all folks who speak individually a different language, but connect as human beings.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
the ability to connect with people around the world, whatever language we speak, I think is the ultimate goal that we're trying to teach and trying to develop. So thanks for coming. We'd love to have you come next week, and all you other folks that were guests, we'd love to have you join us. Membership is free. All we ask is folks to, if you've got some money, spare change lying around, you want to donate to us, feel free. Sean, if you wouldn't mind putting that in the link one last time for us for those donations. And I did notice that Rob and Amy gave us some donations, so we appreciate that very much. With that said, we're gonna wrap up our show, but I'm gonna also invite you all to stick around for masterclass. This is one of the new things we're adding to our Friday nights. We're gonna try to reduce the shows, as I said, going forward in time to allow for some deeper dives into the speeches. Tonight's is gonna be with Asante. And with masterclass, we've done this in the past in person. But the true point of masterclass is really about the art of speaking. We call Toastmasters and New Voice Live the art of public speaking. And the reason why we do that is to make clear that public speaking is a skill, for sure. We can have the grammarian and timer count. We can tell you to watch the video to develop the skill. But ultimately, it's an art. And the art comes from revealing who we are and being vulnerable and all those things, which we're going to ask Asante to do whilst you watch yourself on video. The most terrifying thing of all to do. So if you would like to stay for that and help us give her some feedback, please do so. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in 7 days for another version of New Voice Live. Thanks for coming.